What if slavery had never been accepted? Just imagine that for a moment. Like, I'm not saying that it ended sooner, not that it ended sooner, not that it had been abolished faster, but what if humanity had collectively decided from the very beginning that no human being should ever own another human being? How different would our world look today? Now, I know history is complicated and we can't change what happened. I mean, at least we shouldn't for all the time travelers out there. And this isn't about judging people who lived hundreds of years ago. It's about asking a question that helps us think differently about the future. Because every major injustice in history started with an idea that became normalized. Someone accepted it, then someone else accepted it. Eventually, entire systems were built around it. And that's why I believe one of the most important questions we can ask ourselves is this: what are we accepting today that future generations will struggle to understand and even judge us for? For me, yoga changed my life after I was diagnosed with lupus. It didn't just help me physically. It changed the way that I saw myself. It changed the way that I saw other people. One of the core teachings of yoga is that beneath our differences, there is shared humanity. Different cultures, different languages, different backgrounds, different beliefs, but the same human desire to be seen, respected, and free. When I think about slavery, and I don't just think about history, I think about what happens when we stop seeing the humanity in another person. Because once we stop seeing people as people, it's much easier to justify treating them as something less than. And that's a dangerous place for any society to be. History teaches us that over and over again. That's why I believe peace isn't simply the absence of war. Peace is the presence of dignity. It's recognizing that every person has inherent value, not because of what they produce, not because of how much money they make, not because of where they were born, but because they're human. Simply because of that. Imagine if every child grew up believing that. Imagine if every leader made decisions from that perspective. Imagine if every business, every school, every community asked one question before making decisions. Does this honor the humanity of the people involved? I think we build a very different world if we ask that question first. And now yoga doesn't erase history, and it shouldn't. History matters because it teaches us. It reminds us where we've been so we can make wiser decisions about where we're going. But yoga does something incredibly valuable. It offers us, it teaches us awareness. It offers, it teaches us compassion. It teaches us to notice when fear, ego, or separation begin driving our actions. Because throughout history, many of humanity's greatest mistakes have started with the belief that us and them are fundamentally different. Yoga gently reminds us that we're far more connected than we often realize. And that doesn't mean we all think the same. That doesn't mean we all agree. It means we recognize each other's humanity first. And I honestly believe that that's one of the foundations of peace. Because peace isn't built by pretending painful history never happened. Peace is built from learning from history and choosing a different path moving forward. Every generation has an opportunity to create a little more justice, a little more compassion, a little more understanding, a little more understanding, a little more peace. That's why my mission has become so much bigger than teaching yoga poses. My mission is to spread world peace through inner peace. Because I believe lasting peace begins when we learn to see the humanity in ourselves and the humanity in others. So if you're a yoga teacher, yes, keep doing it. If you're a leader or someone inspired to make a meaningful difference in the world, yes, keep doing your work. I invite you to join us. One of the ways you can do that is by subscribing to the channel. If you are a yoga teacher and you're interested in how to really make a difference, how to use yoga to become a vehicle for leadership, a vehicle for opportunities to make a lasting impact without having to be distracted for 40 hours a week, then I invite you to join into the Yoga Career Blueprint. I teach a class on Sunday that gives you more details about making yoga a vehicle for leadership. So show up, bring your notebook, bring your questions, and bring your commitment to building a better future. Because while we can't rewrite history, we can help write what comes next. We are the future, and I look forward to seeing you in class. Peace.